Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Wims, and I will be doing a presentation on Apple and the challenges in business environment. Summarizing Apple's supplier responsibility information. We all love Apple Inc. We have other products like iPhones and the iPods and their computers and everything. But truly, here in the United States, we care a lot about our environment. And when we buy these products, we do care about those that make them and how they're being treated. And if their work environment is one that's conducive to, us using their products, we just don't. We're more considerate and concerned about those type of things than many other people in other countries are. That's just how we are. Apple requires suppliers to commit to their supplier code of conduct as a condition of their contract with them. They drive compliance with the code through a rigorous monitoring program, including factory audits, corrective actions, plans, and verification measures. Apple's approach to supplier responsibility extends beyond monitoring compliance with their code. Apple helps its suppliers meet expectations by supporting their efforts of providing training in workers' rights and occupational jobs. Apple stands on each of the following areas: empowering workers, labor rights, human safety, the environment, accountability, empowering the workers. One of the key things I'm going to talk about first is Apple's stance on empowering workers. In 2009, Apple extended efforts to raise awareness and empower workers through social responsibility training with the suppliers. They also empowered their workers by extending to reach this training while preserving its quality. Apple implemented a train the trainer program. Sounds great. That would enable their suppliers to deliver their own social responsibility courses. Another way that Apple stance on another way that Apple did that on was by through health and safety. Also, Apple is helping their suppliers develop comprehensive emergency preparedness systems to protect the workers in the event of a fire, earthquake, explosion, or other natural or occupational incidents. Apple also implements regular site monitoring to ensure that their suppliers remain vigilant about these risks. The environment is another stance that Apple is taking. Apple replaced outdated and inefficient heating, cooling, and lighting systems. They repaired compression air leaks in their buildings and recovered and redirected wasted heat. In the first year of their energy efficiency program, involvements at 13 different sites resulted in the reduction of over 13,800 metric tons of carbon emissions. In addition to all of that, to making their factories more efficient, Apple explores ways to power them using cleaner and renewable resources. Also, accountability. Apple uses audits to build the capabilities of their suppliers. They have developed a 4-stage process to help suppliers comply with their code of conduct. Apple interviews workers, reviews hundreds of payroll conditions of its facilities, and inspects environmental conditions inside and out. Each facility is graded on more than 500 data points corresponding to the code of conduct. When suppliers require extra support to comply with the code of conduct, Apple sends their team of experts as part of their partnership program. Apple tailors to their approach to help facilities improve through refining business practices. The key ways that Apple's progress report has changed since last year: they empower their workers, train more than 3 million workers on their rights, expand supplier employee education development, program participants by more than 500,000 people in 2015, totaling over 1.4 million since 2008. Another way that their progress report has changed since last year is the labor and human rights. They've achieved 97% compliance with their 60-hour maximum work week helped recoup $4.7 million in excessive recruitment fees for foreign contractor work. Through health and safety, they've launched nearly 1,600 ES agency projects, graduated 310 EHS Academy participants. Through the environment is another way that Apple has progress has changed since last year. It reduced the carbon emissions by more than 13,000 metric tons. Through our energy efficiency program, diverted more than 73,000 metric tons of waste from landfills, saved more than 3.8 million gallons of fresh water. Accountability performed 640 audits covering more than 1.6 million workers, conducted nearly 140 first-time audits across the supply chain, and audited over 25 of its countries that have suppliers in them. Explaining the manner in which Apple's supplier code of conduct helps the organization operate as a socially responsible organization, Apple Company is committed to attain high standards of social as well as environmental responsibility and its ethical conduct. For this reason, its suppliers are expected to provide safe working conditions and treat all their workers with dignity and respect. In addition to this, the company is expected to act in a fair, ethical manner. Also, the suppliers are expected to use environmentally responsible practices in the process of making products or when performing any services for the company. The suppliers are expected to operate in accordance with the principles that are enshrined in the supplier code of conduct. To say all of that is to say that Apple is definitely making strides to continue to be better, not only to its employees but to its suppliers and the suppliers of its all the supplier codes.